One Zambia, one nation. Welcome to Zanis News with me, Sarah Miti, and my sign language interpreter, John Chulu. Let's take a look at the stories making headlines. President Hichilema conferred with honorary doctorate. HIV cases surge among adolescents. FRA purchases 139,000 tons of maize. And Zambia Railways directed to work on Kafue Rail Bridge. The news in detail. President Hakainde Hichilema has been conferred with an honorary doctorate in business administration by the University of Zambia, UNZA. The prestigious award is for President Hichilema's philanthropic contribution to society and humanity in his business, management, and entrepreneurial skills. The event took place at UNZA Greatest Road Main Campus graduation podium this morning. President Hakainde Hichilema's contributions to humanity and the business community in particular have been recognized, and today the University of Zambia have conferred the honorary doctorate in business administration on President Hichilema on this basis. University of Zambia Vice Chancellor Mundia Muya, who conferred the doctorate, explained that the honorary doctorate is awarded only to a few exceptional individuals of the university alumni after a rigorous selection process.
This convocation brings into the spotlight Mr. Hakainde Hichilema's contribution to humanity generally and the business administration in particular, and reaffirms UNZA's academic leadership and its obligation to society as a steward of service and excellence, bearing the responsibility to recognize and celebrate such unparalleled personal achievements for national and international good.
Speaking during his award acceptance address, Dr. Hakainde Hichilema dedicated the award to the education sector, which he pledged to continue supporting, and thanked the university for their continued provision of quality education, which has produced leaders in Zambia and abroad.
Viva Wamonk, viva! Viva Wamuma, viva! Viva Wamuma, viva! You are beautiful. You are beautiful. I want to dedicate this award to education and skills development. I want to dedicate this award to you, the monks and mamas, to all the students in our land, even the young ones, early childhood education, primary school, secondary school, colleges, all of them. You, the monks and mamas here, we dedicate this award to you. Without education, without schools, without skills, I repeat, no country succeeds.
Dr. Hichilema further pledged to ensure that challenges being faced by the university are addressed, and further called on other alumni members to do the same.
We must support the alma mater here. We must work as a team. I want to challenge all those who graduated from this university and others. I want to challenge you. I'm leading by example, sponsoring some students who occupy Tiende Pamozi 511. Water here is supporting it. I also committed that the whole TP5 block, I will rehabilitate it. We are challenging all my cabinet colleagues who went through this university to take care of their rooms and their blocks so that we can rehabilitate this university. If you can't do what I do, partner with someone else. Work as a team. I'm also going to do more. I'll get my business colleagues of many years, my partners, my business associates, my global network of friends, to raise more money for improving the accommodation, including the ruins. Viva Wamonko, viva! Viva Wamonko, viva! I know that Minister of Finance Musokotwane answered my challenge. He too will be contributing. I know Minister Technology Mutati answered by challenge, he too will be contributing.
The students, through their union president, have also thanked President Hichilema for prioritizing the students' welfare.
Your commitment to education as a cornerstone of national development is particularly commendable. Bamanku, allow me to say this. Your Excellency, the 12th of August marked 3 years of your government leading this nation, and in these 3 years, you will reintroduce meal allowance. Your Excellency, you didn't just end there, you went on to increase these allowances. Isholawe tata. Isholawe tata.
Dr. Hichilema's works in business and politics have gained both national and international recognition and show that indeed he is deserving of the award. Sarah Miti reporting for Zanis in Lusaka. And in health news, President Hakainde Hichilema says Zambia is projected to attain 240,000 units of blood collection in 2024 from last year's 130,000 units. President Hichilema said this in a speech read on his behalf by Minister of Health Elijah Muchima during the commemoration of World Blood Donor Day in Lusaka today. President Hichilema noted that the country has made significant strides in strengthening the National Blood Transfusion Service, NBTS, aimed at meeting the national and global objectives for safe blood transfusion. He cited the construction of 20 blood storage and distribution hubs in the 10 provinces of Zambia and the procurement of 20 blood collection vehicles, among other strides being made. Speaking at the same event, Presidential Delivery Unit PDU head Koso Kamwambi, in a speech read on her behalf by Delivery Manager and Rich Services Alfred Sakuya, urged citizens to take keen interest.
Over the past 3 years, the country has made significant strides in strengthening the National Blood Transfusion Service, aimed at meeting the national and global objectives for safe blood transfusion. The key achievements include reliance on volunteer, non-remunerated blood donations, 2, constructing 20 blood storage and distribution hubs in the 10 provinces of Zambia with partner support, translating into 2 blood storage hubs per province.
Blood donation is not merely a medical procedure, it's a lifeline. Each unit of blood donated can save up to 3 lives, making it indispensable for surgeries, trauma care, cancer treatment, and managing chronic conditions, and most importantly, saving mothers during and after childbirth.
Most specialized hospitals like the Cancer Disease Hospital and the Heart Hospital, there are patients requiring blood and blood products during heart operations and other surgeries. So over the years, the demand of blood and blood products has definitely increased. Hence this year, the targets have been raised to cater to this increased demand.
Is making headlines in health news. Government has noted a marginal increase in the number of adolescents and young people testing positive to HIV. Northern Province Minister Leonard Mbao says the province recorded a 20% HIV positive rate among adolescents and young people last year compared to 18% in 2022. We have more details in this report.
They came in numbers to be part of the joint National HIV Testing, Counseling and Treatment Day and the World Blood Donor Day commemorations held in Soft Katongo Village in Kasama District. The commemorations were characterized by stakeholders offering various health services to the public. Northern Province Minister Leonard Mbao was represented at the event by Provincial Public Health Specialist Dr. Paul Mayeya.
As Northern Province, we have 3,504 people currently on ART treatment. Therefore, ART coverage remains highest amongst the adult women at 61%, whilst coverage in the adult males is at 89%. In the children, it is lowest at 2.7%, whilst in the adolescents and young people, it's at 9.5%. It is a special day on which the world seeks to recognize and thank the blood donors for your continued donation of blood, which is used in hospitals for transfusion purposes.
Museko Ward Councillor Angel Musonda represented Kasama Mayor at the event.
Let us renew our commitment to the cause of HIV and AIDS and work together to create a future where every person is informed, empowered, and able to live a life free from HIV.
The community could not resist the opportunity offered to them to receive various health services by the stakeholders.
Turafurisha kwa emiyoeli yako batirimbi tashoba kufomona nfuwa kufurisha n'omulopa ngalo twafunye omulopa twompera kwa mulopa nishitompera kwa obumi nangu tefuwa pero obumi niresa bati okupitira muri ifo ifwe bapera omulopa kusiwa mpera kwa munobe obumi nakabiri aba mukyalo abo konka nyambo emirimo lesa muletera besa mbekyalo.
Reporting for Zanis in Kasama District, I'm Jafet Munkondia.
And in Lusaka, City Mayor Chilando Chitangala has noted that HIV has continued to be ranked the highest in mortality figures. Ms. Chitangala says out of the 23,000 new HIV infections recorded in 2023, over 11,000 accounted for adolescents and young people. She was speaking in a speech read on her behalf by John Howard Councillor Ponchirio Piri during the National HIV Testing, Counseling and Treatment Day in Lusaka. Here are the details.
Scores of Chawama residents have attended this year's HIV testing, counseling and treatment and participated in various activities. The residents appreciate the importance of this day and are calling upon their fellow citizens to get tested. I just want to encourage my fellow women and youths to get tested so that they know their status. The good part of getting tested is that you will know your HIV status and live a positive life. Lusaka City Mayor Chilando Chitangala advises the adolescents and the young people to stay away from illicit activities.
According to the Ministry of Health statistics, of the total 23,000 new HIV infections recorded in 2023, 11,878 were among adolescents and young people. This is unacceptably high. Distinguished guests, as City Mayor, I want to encourage you to practice abstinence until such a time that you can gain necessary knowledge about sex.
Lusaka District Health TB and HIV Coordinator, Dr. Janet Muyunda, says the health sector has made strides in the fight against HIV.
This day is a powerful reminder of the strides we've made in the fight against HIV, as well as the work that still lies ahead.
National HIV Testing, Counseling and Treatment Day is meant to promote awareness and to encourage people to get tested for HIV to ensure that everyone has access to care. Evelyn Masialeti, reporting for Zanis in Lusaka.
As we end our health segment, the Zambia Flying Doctor Service, ZFDS, has expressed concern over the increase in non-communicable diseases, NDCs, such as hypertension, in Chief Makasa's area in Mungwi district of Northern Province. ZFDS Director Medical Services Chisanga Puta said this after conducting a one-day outreach program at Makasa Rural Health Center.
Access to improved healthcare services still remains a challenge in some rural parts of the country. However, government is working with various stakeholders to improve the delivery of health services to rural areas. One such partner is the Zambia Flying Doctor Service, whose mandate is to provide primary health care services to remote areas. The flying doctors were in Mungwi district for a 5-day outreach program.
The numbers were overwhelming for both Makasa and Nseluka. Treated a lot of respiratory tract infections. We gave adequate information and education to the communities on the prevention of respiratory tract infections. Of course, taking note of disease surveillance when it comes to tuberculosis, where we're able to record the presumptive cases and we'll be able to follow them up for possible initiation of treatment. Apart from respiratory tract infections, our concern goes to the increase in the non-communicable diseases such as hypertension that was noted in Makasa Rural Health Center.
And the residents who received medical attention from the flying doctors could not hide their joy.
Chakutotera sana abantu pakwisa tupempula kupantu abengi baikerefe n'amalwere mu mibiri shabo nga teba flying doctor abantu kuno kuti mwasanga fati umuntu nakwati n'abamulwa kashinishini BP.
In Makasa, the residents appealed to government to consider upgrading the rural health center.
Kuno kwa Makasa kwalile pa no kwa bama hospitals. In short, akaka nika clinic akanono akachita fie secure abantu abano abengi sana. Tunalando kwebati kala senda abantu abengi kufika fe kompendo ya 15,000. Icho chile piribulo kwebati ni facility mo ile faika kuikusha.
The Zambia Flying Doctor Service offered medical services to over 2,000 patients in Chitimukuru, Seluka and Makasa areas of Mungwi district. For Zanis in Mungwi, I am Patrick Kabwe.
We take our first break. Join us for more stories when we return. Stay tuned.
The Issue is a program that looks at topical issues happening in the country. Watch The Issue every Friday at 19:30 hours, only on Zanis TV, Channel 6 DTT and Channel 458 DTH on Topstar. Don't miss.
Zambia Today is a program that keeps you informed on various government policies and programs. Join us every Tuesday at 18 hours on Zanis TV, Topstar platform, Channel 6 DTT and 458 DTH. Don't miss.
Staying with us. The Food Reserve Agency, FRA, in Northern Province has purchased over 139,000 metric tons of maize during the ongoing crop marketing exercise. This is above the target of 56,000 metric tons, which the province was allocated. Provincial Permanent Secretary Bernard Mpundu revealed this during the second quarter Provincial Development Coordinating meeting in Kasama today.
Northern Province, we've been sitting as number 4 when it comes to this production in the country, when the whole country receives enough rains. This year you are sitting number 1 for obvious reasons. The nation, when it was planning to mob maize for national strategic food reserve, we were given 56,000 metric tons. As at 2 or 3 days ago, we are sitting at 139,000 metric tons.
We are compelled, the Secretary to Cabinet, that each one of us should be able to contribute to this 60th anniversary that Zambia celebrates this year in order to make Kasama and even Northern Province better. This is our chance to clean our towns. This is also our chance to tell the country that Northern Circuit can also be the cleanest.
In news, Minister of Transport and Logistics, Frank Tayali, has directed Zambia Railways Management to work on the vandalized Kafua Rail Bridge in Kitwe, which he says is posing a danger to rail passengers. Speaking when he toured the bridge, Mr. Tayali said he will not allow a calamity to occur before the bridge is repaired. Here's a report.
Rail transport has remained an integral component of the transport sector in Zambia, as it is most ideal for transportation of bulk cargo. However, a lot of stretches on Zambia's main rail line are being vandalized by illegal scrap metal dealers. In Kitwe, Kafua Rail Bridge has suffered massive vandalism, compromising the integrity of the bridge. Transport and Logistics Minister Frank Tayari inspected the bridge and directed for quick rehabilitation works.
When I learned that there was a bridge here that is still actively servicing our trains, whose structural integrity is becoming strongly compromised, I realized we needed to come and appreciate what the actual condition of the bridge was. This is similar and it's reminiscent of what we had at Wombwe Bridge, where we did spend quite close sums of money to overhaul. But looking at this particular bridge, I must confess that yes, much as we have found a number of sleepers that have, you know, rotten over the years owing to the fact that these wooden sleepers, there isn't much that we must continue to delay and pose a threat to the safety of the passenger train that uses this particular bridge. As a ministry, I think that we have provided funding to the railways, whereby sleepers have been purchased. They are already in Kitwe. And to the regional manager and the acting managing director, we cannot wait until we have a calamity here. No. The materials are here in Kitwe. And it's therefore my directive that we need to complete, you know, the replacement of the worn-out sleepers.
In Zambia, Railways management is aware of the risk posed by the state of the bridge.
We need to give this top priority. So we should be able to do that once our equipment that is used in repairing the bridge is brought here in Kitwe. We should be able to start the works and we should be done. Timeline, did we say if the equipment is here within 2 weeks?
Yes,
we should be done.
Earlier, during the minister's courtesy call on him, Kitwe District Commissioner Lawrence Mwanza bemoaned the rampant encroachment of the railway lands by private developers.
There are two key challenges that we have, especially in terms of encroachment on rail lines. Yeah, we are trying that together with the council to address the issues of encroachment. There are people way back where we are coming from. The law is clear that you need to leave about 50, is it 45 meters away from 50 meters here. But we are not doing well when we have to go around and see. Over time we've been getting closer to where the rail is. But the new structures we are trying by all means, as long as we are late, we are moving into demolitions.
Protection of the rail infrastructure cannot be overemphasized, as rail transport is what will help reduce bulk cargo on roads and ensure the longevity of new roads under construction. Liz Ngobeka reporting for Zanis in Kitwe.
In other news, Gender Division Permanent Secretary Mainga Kavika has urged members of the community in Serenge District, Central Province, to report perpetrators of gender-based violence, GBV, to the Zambia police once identified. Ms. Kavika was speaking when she held a GBV engagement meeting with community members from Zambia and Cambodia settlements. Pethias Mtale gives us the details.
Serenge District is rampant in gender-based violence, GBV, and child marriage cases. This has prompted Gender Division Permanent Secretary Mainga Kavika to visit the district during her tour of duty in the Central Province. Before engaging the community, Ms. Kavika met with security wings in Serenge, who briefed her about the happening in Serenge.
July, we have had about 106 reported cases, and 20 they are in court. And those that are pending, they are 69. And those that have been withdrawn, they are 17.
If I tell you today to say, okay, let's go, you see the kind of people. In terms of defilement, we're talking of defilement. Most of them, they are not young ones. They are elderly people. Some of them, you find that he has been doing that maybe, like you have put it, maybe 3 times he has been coming to jail.
Armed with this information, Ms. Kavika arrived in Zambia compound to engage the community. After Zambia compound, Ms. Kavika drove to nearby Cambodia settlement where she held the same engagement. Here, Ms. Kavika encouraged the people to report cases of GBV to the police.
When there's a situation like that, ni dofe ya chinguma but mwena mwishibati ni balume bakwai bolimbi bakashibakwai imwe takuli nakula nshanyana kwe okweba nani no one should even know, not even your husband or your wife kwe macho kya police nekubebai ati muri amunganda mwaba so yesterday balipumwa nediso bakapokola ngabaisa, they're not going to involve you. That's why kwa ba victim support unit mwanishi, right? No to GBV.
Bethia Simutali, Zanis News in Serenje, Central Province.
The Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, in Mumba district of Central Province, has registered close to 500 people during the ongoing continuous voter registration exercise. Council Public Relations Officer Lusale Mwananyambe has disclosed in an interview with Zanis that the exercise has received overwhelming response, especially that it is running concurrently with the issuance of the National Registration Cards, NRCs. Sheila Masua has the details.
The Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, extended the continuous voter registration exercise in Mumba district on June 4, 2024. And since then, Mumba District Electoral Office has recorded close to 500 new voters. Council Public Relations Officer revealed that the response has been overwhelming.
The district actually officially opened on the 4th of June 2024 this year. So far we've recorded that's 492 people that have registered. So among that number, we've got people who transferred to other polling stations, and also we've recorded one death, and then also new registrations. And so far the response has actually been positive, and actually even in the other wards where people are not able to come in, we're yet to share actually a rollout program where we'll be able to actually go to the other wards to carry out the mobile registration.
The voter registration exercise is being conducted concurrently with the issuance of national registration cards, NRCs. And many people have appreciated the smooth process.
Kuno kumumbwa na kutengesa bana marriage. Then kuchoka pamene nafika kuseni process yaka ina tristi sina chedu. Nafika cheno ongena na ulembesa na lembesa kudara. So hapa niembe kuti chebana bakopewe nitenge marriage tiende kunyumba.
Okay, I'm here to replace an NRC, and being without an NRC has been quite a challenge. Yeah, because after I finished school, I've been trying to look for jobs. Couldn't find one because I didn't have an NRC. So I've come to replace an NRC because of this.
Sheila Masua for Zanis in Mumba, Central Province.
We go for our second break, and we have more stories coming up. Stay tuned.
Zambia Today is a program that keeps you informed on various government policies and programs. Join us every Tuesday at 18 hours on Zanis TV, Topstar platform, channel 6 DTT and 458 DTH. Don't miss. Woman Thou Art is a program that offers counsel to the female folk, sharing real-life experiences and providing guidance to the women and young girls on necessary steps and conducts that will help shape and nurture a sober society. Watch Woman Thou Art on Zanis TV every Wednesday at 18:30 hours on the Topstar channel, channel 6 DTT and channel 458 DTH.
Welcome back. Acting Luapula Province Education Officer Judith Chiliowe has disclosed that the province has witnessed a significant rise in school enrollments following the reintroduction of the free education policy. Ms. Chiliowe further notes that the surge in student numbers has been met with robust school infrastructure development, including essential school furniture facilitated using the Constituency Development Fund, CDF. Godfrey Chikumbi now reports.
The reintroduction of Zambia's free education policy stands as one of the United Party for National Development UPND's most significant campaign promises, a promise that the ruling party has largely fulfilled. As the UPND marks its third anniversary in government, Luapula Province emerges as a prime example of how this policy is benefiting the intended recipients. The Department of Education in Luapula proudly reports that the free education initiative is delivering results for the people of the province.
Around 2021, we had 375,066 pupils. Now, with the coming of free education, which is a policy, we've managed to enroll 490,522 learners. All these learners are in public schools for government, not private. So this one has come as a milestone, and we are talking about the benefits which has brought the free education. Increased access to education. Everyone has an access to education, starting from ECE up to grade 12.
To address the challenges posed by the growing student population, substantial infrastructure development has taken place, creating additional classroom space across the province. Issues related to school furniture have been resolved through the procurement of adequate desks for all schools, leveraging the Constituency Development Fund, which also supports local manufacturing.
We also have 180 classrooms constructed under CDF, that is since 2021. Under GRZ, 14 classrooms have been constructed, giving us a total of 194. Number of desks procured, Plan International, that one is a stakeholder, has managed to provide 1,400 desks. Then CDF, that is 17,006, giving us a total of 18,406 desks. Number of desks rehabilitated by GRZ, that is 5,429.
For Zanis TV, Godfrey Chikumbi reporting in Mansa.
Chibombo Council Chairperson Newton Nyeleti has charged that Lusaka City Council is collecting levies for properties that are geographically located in Chibombo district. Mr. Nyeleti says this creates a situation where his district loses out on the much-needed revenue on property situated in Kabangwe and Zanimone, among other areas. Mr. Nyeleti said this when Central Province Minister Mwabashike Nkulukusa, in the company of Provincial Permanent Secretary Miuna Mwanakampwe, visited the district on a familiarization tour.
He has charged that Lusaka City Council has encroached, collecting levies from businesses and residential properties that are geographically located in Chiwombo district. And Chiwombo Council Chairperson Newton Nyeleti wants government to intervene, saying this deprives Chiwombo of the much-needed revenue for service delivery. He said this when he met Central Province Minister Mwabashike Nkulukusa, who is on a familiarization tour of the district.
But you see, we see a lot of Lusaka activities there, even the collection of levies and these other fees with impunity. So they're supposed to come to Chiwombo and be part of the budget to do the service delivery for Chiwombo. So that is quite evident, and just now I think we see where they've mounted the welcome to Lusaka, which is in Chiwombo. When you get there, you see Kabangwe Police. Kabangwe Police Station has always belonged to Chiwombo.
But Mr. Nkulukusa says most of the property owners in the named areas are being referred to Chiwombo Council for processing of land titles.
There is confusion because of bordering and because of population. But when it comes to getting title, I doubt. So we gave each other some tasks. I told them, give me even just one title. It has been proved, PS, that yes, Lusaka has encroached. But when they go to get title, they are being still told that that's traditional land.
Council Chairperson Grace Kanyanta says the council is working with traditional leaders in an effort to bring order in the manner in which land acquisition is being handled.
You agree with me that what is happening now, it is a further way of planning. In the chiefdoms, people are just buying land without involving the council. But now we've gone close to the chiefdoms and the traditional leadership so that we can plan together.
Lupekile Nkunika for Zanis in Chiwombo.
Mambelima Special Secondary School acting head of Department for Languages, Joseph Mutipula, has commended government for the first ever library and computer lab currently operational at the school. The school laboratory and library have been constructed by Mwense Town Council at an estimated cost of 400,000 kwacha using the 2022 Mambilima Constituency Development Fund CDF allocation. Kasweka Sakaimbo brings us the report.
Established in 1995 to support community projects and foster development at all levels, the Constituency Development Fund CDF is changing the face of communities such as Mambilima Ward in Mwense district of Luapula Province. Mambilima Special Secondary School is one of the beneficiaries that has received the first ever computer lab and library constructed at an estimated cost of 400,000 kwacha under the 2022 CDF allocation, a development that has cheered the school.
The importance of library in this school will help in the reading culture, and it will also help the learners improve academically because they'll be able to access this room and study from this convenient place. If you look at the shelves that we have, the books that are on the display are not enough. So I would also lobby the government to provide us with more books and furniture as well as the shelves, because the shelves that you can see, they are just improvised.
Mambilima Special School pupils thank government for aiding easy access to information and research for pupils.
A lot of students who take computer studies in terms of knowing how the computer works. We are just appealing to the government to provide more working computers that are updated.
Subjects like computer science, web development, it also helps us in researching, yes, it helps us with our assignments, and it basically just to support our education, making it more easier to find information.
Mambilima Ward Councillor says people-driven projects are prioritized in her ward.
As you have seen, the CDF is really working, and I would like to appreciate the government of the day. The community, ought to say, is proud of what the government is doing. I'm not only doing this alone, but I'm working hand in hand with the community, because as you know, as we bring projects, they are not for the councillor or they are not for the MP, ought to say, but instead they are for the community members. So when we are coming up with these projects, we make sure that the communities.
Kasweka Sakaimbo reporting, Mwense District, Luapula Province.
Now, over 8,000 people in Limulunga district of Western Province have started benefiting from the emergency social cash transfer to alleviate the impact of the drought for the next 12 months. Limulunga District Assistant Social Welfare Officer Lorraine Hikaumba disclosed that initially the district was given a caseload of 2,500, stating that the response has been overwhelming, hence increasing the number. We have details in the following report by Stella Goma.
Crowds of people in Limulunga district have continued to queue up to collect their emergency social cash transfer under the Department of Social Welfare, an intervention to cushion the impact left by the drought disaster that has left many people vulnerable. This development has elated residents.
58 years. Nikono kuzwa makalero abupiro bwata anifika bona sishemo sesirikani nge mwana ko yabwahakaini nekubanga nilinanga kapa nekubanga nimyunda sinyero nelibanga teni kono alusika bona president anakirabulira ku batu baziyelehile bashwatala ninangalekile lituna Zambia kaufera kulimana akone kufa batu kona kao kabanjirije mutu ni mutu haka kopanywa kapeneka kimali amanga atakakao
na itumela kwa muguso aluna wao wapo echechi kakuli luzielehile kwane kulastyo siluzielize kakuli mnomo hakili nangaluli akune selufumani luna ni mabasi luna baba mwaeza kuli.
During a spot check by the District Commissioner Lutangu and his entourage, residents have been urged to utilize the funds appropriately.
Government, which has been committing itself, has once again come up with this intervention, which is so popular with the people. We've seen where we are here, the number of people who have come to receive their benefits from social cash transfer. After having, experienced, the poor harvest, and some of them have not even harvested anything, they will be very, very careful to keep this money so that it's prudently used.
Meanwhile, Limulunga District Social Welfare Assistant Officer has said over 8,000 people will benefit.
So we have a total of about 8,500. Initially, we had been given a caseload of 2,500, but then the response was too overwhelming, considering that Limulunga is in Western Province, and Western Province is one of the poorest provinces in the country.
Stella Goma reporting for Zanis in Limulunga District, Western Province.
And as we end the news, over 27,000 households in 4 districts of Muchinga Province are earmarked to benefit from the Drought Response Emergency Cash Transfer. Muchinga Province Permanent Secretary Henry Mukongole disclosed the development when he flagged off the disbursement of the funds in Samu area in Mafinga District.
These are some of the residents from Mafinga district affected by the drought, and the government has come to the aid of these residents through Drought Emergency Cash Transfer. The program aimed to alleviate the suffering of those affected by the drought in some districts across the country. And Muchinga Province Permanent Secretary Henry Mukungule, who flagged off the disbursement of funds in some area in Mafinga district, called on these beneficiaries to venture into growing winter maize.
Why I'm encouraging you, even as you get this drought response emergency cash transfer, engage yourselves in winter maize growing so that you save yourselves from hunger. So government is already thinking in those lines, encouraging you to grow maize just other than rain-fed maize. I'm telling you, next year you may not be among the people that are receiving this today. We want to come and see that next year you should be people that should be contributing towards feeding those areas that may not receive adequate rainfall.
Meanwhile, Muchinga Province Social Welfare Officer Dr. Jacob Miti encouraged these beneficiaries to use the funds prudently.
Government in Muchinga Province is paying drought emergency cash transfer to 4 districts in Muchinga Province. What I can say or urge you is that the money you are going to receive today, make sure you put it to good use. You can buy food, try by all means to avoid using this money to buy alcohol.
Beneficiaries could not hide their joy.
I call upon my fellow beneficiaries to use this money well. Please buy food. Will help us to pay for fertilizer for the coming planting season. We really appreciate government for this help, as we were badly affected.
Mafinga district has a total caseload of 10,426 beneficiaries on drought emergency cash transfer. Pamela Inamba reporting for Zanis in Mafinga district, Muchinga Province.
We now have a recap of the headlines. President Hichilema conferred with honorary doctorate. HIV cases surge among adolescents. FRA purchases 139,000 tons of maize. And Zambia Railways directed to work on Kafue Rail Bridge. That is it from Zanis. Thank you so much for joining us. Goodbye.